15 stories at the beginning of the year, and you have to memorize 13 of them and rewrite them basically in your own words with characters, voices, different positions for the characters, introductions and conclusions, and then you tell it to a judge, and it's a very fun category. So without further ado, Karen Arsigard.
Forrest Gump once stated, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." And a girl in our story realizes this. In Prince Hedgehog, taken from the book Best Loved Folktales of the World, edited by Joanna Cole. There was once a king and a queen, and together throughout their marriage, they realized that they had had no throne to their heir. "Oh me, oh my! There are only two things in the world that I want, a son and a hedgehog, or maybe both, or maybe just a son. Either way, heaven sent me something." And with that, the queen was pregnant, and sometime later gave birth to a beautiful and cunning hedgehog. Now, don't get me wrong, the queen loved her son very much, even though she had banished him from their home for 7 years. My, 7 years is quite a long time. And the only thing I took with me was a duck and a pig. I know, I can be a duck and pig mayor. And throughout his 7 years, he had made it together so many different kind of animals that he had a whole field full. And when his 7 years were up, he decided to ride on his head pig back into his hometown. "Oh my dear, looking out the window, it looks as though there's a new farmer in town. We should go and greet him." But the queen went out to greet this new farmer, but was shocked to come to find that it was her own son. My hedgehog son, is that you?" "Hey, Mom. It's been about 7 years since the last time I saw you. How you been?" "Well, shocked. To be honest, I didn't think you'd last this long." "Really? Well, I did. I see that. But, Mom, throughout my very long and lonely 7 years, I realized that I would like to be married." "Oh dear, don't shoot your dreams so high in the clouds." "Well, Mom, isn't it the inside that counts?" "Think what you want, dear. But, I know. Why don't you take your fine-looking animals to the king in the neighboring country and see if he can be of some assistance?" So her son did just that. And when he took his animals to the king, he had offered one of his three daughters hand in marriages. And even though the first two eldest daughters denied, the youngest one was forced into it. But a few days before their ceremony, she had went to her priest to ask for some guidance. "Priest, I do not much want to be married, especially to a hedgehog. Now, don't get me wrong, he has a heart of gold, but I just don't know if I can see myself with him, if you know what I mean." "Child, I'm ashamed at you, for haven't you ever heard to not judge a book by its cover? But anyways, during the ceremony, take your finger and prick it on one of his needles. And throughout the ceremony, take 3 drips of holy water and sprinkle it on him. And watch your future husband arise before your eyes." So during the ceremony, she did as her priest had said. "Oh dear, don't mind me. Just 1, 2, 3. "Hey, what are you doing to me? I'm handsome. How you doing?" "I'm doing good. How are you?" And the two of them were married and lived a long and happy life together. So the next time you open up a box of chocolates and you're not quite sure what it is you're eating, just try it, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, our next speaker is Skylar Carlson. He'll be doing his creative expression speech. Rich, can you tell us a little about that?
A little bit with creative expression. This is where a student writes their own piece, and it can be either serious or funny or a combination. It doesn't really matter. It can be just about anything. and they can get inspiration from other pieces of work. So we'll hear from Skylar now.
Oh, Jean. She's so pretty. Oh, I wish I wasn't such a geek. I just wanna... Hello, class! Welcome to the world of chemistry. Today, we shall be studying the relation between the burning and the evaporation of alcohol. Oh, something like that. Okay, let's match you up with your lab buddies. Let's see, Skylar. Huh? What? Oscar Wilde once said, "Friendship is far more tragic than love. It lasts longer." As for Jean and me, we were inseparable. But things weren't always that way. The story of Jean. Huh? What? Let's see, you shall be with, Miss Jean. Oh, God. Hi, Jean. I'm Skylar. Yeah, right. Oh, I guess we better get started, huh? All right. Timing now. Oh my gosh. I'm like so bored. Hey, this looks like it could be some fun. Shh, shh. I am so bored. La 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 la. I am so bored. Jean, that's alcohol. That's dangerous. Oh, common little Skylar. Live a little. I am so bored. I am so bored. I am so... Oops. What do you mean, oops? Is it like bad when a pool of alcohol gets really close to an open flame? What? Oh my God, like, did anybody bring some marshmallows? Oh my God, I'm dead. I'm gonna die. The table's on fire. Wait, calm down, Skylar. Remember what the nuns taught you. Pray. Come, Lord Jesus, be our guest. Let this food us be blessed. Oh my God, it's not working. I wasn't the only one in a panic. The whole class was in hysterics. What's going on here? What's going on? The table's on fire. Right. Let's see, let it burn. Let it burn? Yes, let it burn. I know I have a crazy German accent, but seriously. Okay. And so we did. We let it burn. And eventually the fire did burn itself out. As for Jean and me, though, the fire was still burning. Oh my gosh, that was like so awesome. Are you kidding me? I'm probably gonna fail now because of you. You know, Skylar, you're kind of cute when you're mad. The next time we were paired up was in theater class. Alright, students, today we're gonna be doing some of that stuff from that Shakespeare guy. Alright, let's see here, Skylar and, Jean, you'll be up first. Alright, Jean, I don't want to mess up like our chemistry experiment, alright? Let's just get through this. But soft, what light through yonder window? Window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is that thing. The sun. my gosh. Bravo. That was the best rendition of Romeo and Juliet I have ever seen. No actors left behind, A+. Oh my gosh! An A+? Oh, I guess I owe you an apology, Gene. I almost screwed it up there for us. Hey, you almost screwed up some lines. I burned down a table. We're all good. And from that moment forward, Gene and I were partners every chance we got. The more I was around Gene, the more I noticed I was changing. I stood taller, spoke more firmly. She made me so confident in myself. I remember this one time, Gene and I were doing this video documentary, and we were in this old abandoned media center. Wow, this place is so sweet. I can't believe they're not using it anymore. Yeah, I know, right? Gene, you know I don't like it when you do that. Oh, come on, Skylar. The smoke's not gonna hurt you that bad. No, it's not that. It's just, I don't like it when you do it because I care about you, Gene. Gene, it's not funny. No, I know. It's just that when you said care about, it sounded like you said caribou. I caribou you, Gene. Gene, all right. You know what? I'm quitting right now, just for you. Really? Yeah. Let's get back to work. Since Gene and I had become such good friends, I guess it was only natural we go to prom together. I mean, it wasn't a date or anything, just two friends enjoying each other's company. Anyway, I found myself fitting into my suit. Oh yeah, you're gonna be the sexy man at the prom, boy. Oh yeah. Skylar, whoa, Dad! Knock! Skylar. Son. He just stood there. Not saying anything, just stood there. Yo, Dad, take a little too much time in OPM, did we? Skylar, son, I don't know quite how to... There's been an accident. Gene's parents just called. Dad, that's not funny, Dad. Dad, that's not funny. Skylar, son, please wait. I left. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, things like this just didn't happen. Right? I went straight over to Gene's. I guess the story was she hit some wet pavement. She wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so she flew out of the car, and then it rolled on top of her. It was all really fast, so I guess there wasn't much pain, but... When Oscar Wilde said, friendship is far more tragic than love, it lasts longer. I now know exactly what he meant.
I've never personally been in duo, but I've watched plenty of it. It's a team thing where you kind of act out an entire story between two people, and it builds character, it builds teamwork, and it can be funny or serious. I've seen both, so leave it up to Skylar and Jordan to let you know about it.
Is that looking good, Mr. P?
Hey, I'm Adam.
And I'm Eve. And I am Moses. And we are God's creatures.
This is my life story. That's right, folks. I'm God. Sexy. On time.
The Lord is omnipotent, but he does make mistakes. You're looking at two of his biggest mistakes right now. No. The story of God's life is depicted through his miracles, his mistakes, and from the well-choreographed theme of the ballet, The Nutcracker. Once again, no. God, the Ultimate Autobiography, by Jeremy Pascal. Other books by God include Golfing with God, for
Me and Marilyn, the complete memoirs.
Happy Birthday, Mr. Omnipotent. Happy birthday to you. And, are you there, God? It's me.
Satan. Chapter 1. Adam and Eve. One day as I was walking along through my garden, I was exhausted from all the work. So, I gathered some dust into my hands, molded it, and blew. One more time.
Whoa! Hey, roomie. My name's Adam.
Hi, Adam. I'm God, and welcome to my garden. Now, there is only one rule, and this rule is unbreakable. You are not to eat any of the fruit off of that big tree.
That tree?
No. That tree.
Oh. Okay.
Now, if you eat any of the fruit off the big tree, you will be banished from my garden. Do you understand?
Whoa. Fabulous rule, dude. You're the man, God. Dude, this guy's really uptight.
After realizing the clear mistakes I made of Adam,
You're the man, God. Yeah.
I decided to have another go at it, so I created Eve.
Oh.
Hi, Adam. I'm Eve, and I'm hungry. Got anything to eat?
Chapter 2. The Fall of Man. A few days later, as I was walking along through my garden, I noticed Adam was covering up his nakedness. Adam, tell me, have you eaten any of the fruit off the big tree?
Yeah.
Then I have no choice but to banish you from my garden.
Oh, okay. But you're still the man, God. Oh, yeah.
Chapter 3. I move in mysterious ways. One of the more mysterious ways in which I moved was to disguise myself as a burning bush in order to have a chat with Moses. Moses, it's me!
Excuse me, ma'am, but who are you?
First off, I'm a dude.
Really?
Yes, a dude. Now, you are to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt and into the land flowing with milk and honey.
But, like, can't you find someone else? I have this terrible
Moses! I can't wait around all day for you to finish your sentences.
Well, if you're so clever, Burning Bush, why don't you fix my
And so I did.
Wow, shank you, God.
That's not it.
Well, thank you, God.
No.
Wow, hey-ya! Thank you, God!
No.
Wow. Do you know the devil?
I know where he lives. What the hell?
Wow. Thank you, God.
And thus Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt. And the women of Israel,
Whoa. How you doing?
and the men of Israel,
Whoa, it wasn't me. I swear I didn't touch her.
and the geriatrics of Israel.
I just feel like I'm obligated to tell you that if you go any slower, that Pharaoh dude's gonna come and kill you.
Chapter 5, the Ten Commandments. Chapter 5, the Ten Commandments. Chapter 5!
You just had to make him out of stone, didn't you? Let's see what we have here. What the hell is this? This is chicken scratch, God. I can't read this.
It's Hebrew, Moses.
Oh. Shalom. Let's see what we have here. Number 1. Thou shalt not worship false gods. What kind of word is shout?
Moses, I swear to me.
Oh. All right. Let's see, number 2. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Like I would, for God's sakes.
Moses, you just broke number 3. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
You know, I didn't think you'd be such a stickler for these types of things. I mean, there's an awful lot of shout nots in here. Isn't there any good news? All right, this is better. Number 4, thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Number 5, 6, Number 7, thou shalt not commit. Oh, I'm gonna have a little trouble with this one.
Moses, when I say thou shalt not commit adultery, I mean thou shalt not commit adultery.
Not even occasionally, say, 3 times a day.
No.
3 times.
No.
3 times.
No. And no.
Wait,
I knew you were going to say it. Omnipotent, remember?
Weren't you the one that told us to go forth and multiply? Now, how are we supposed to do that without committing a little adultery?
No adultery, Moses!
You know what? Forget you. I'm taking this to Malachi the lawyer. I bet he can find a loophole.
There are no loopholes in the Ten Commandments, Moses.
Okay, let's just say the children of Israel do by here solemnly swear to follow those commandments. Jeez. You will still take out number 7 for me, right?
No.
I'll be damned.
And Moses died. But before he died.
God,
Yes, Moses?
there's just something I wanted to tell you. I never thought you'd take it the right way. You're a hell of a lot shorter than I thought you'd be.
Chapter 6. The End of the World. I think you'll find your little Earth, just like my story, is going to be continued. And I think you have noticed, and you will all agree, that I am a merciful God. Amen. Oh, you can get up off your knees now.
I'm Skylar Carlson. I'm a junior this year, and I'm competing in the categories of creative and dual interpretation.
Hello, I'm Kaylin Sano, and I'm also a junior, and I'm competing in the category of creative expression.
We hope you enjoyed hearing the speeches from our other teammates earlier. And everyone has been working hard this year, and they enjoyed the opportunity to share this with you.
Now we're going to hear 5 more performances. Our first performer tonight is senior Brittany Michael. She is doing a speech she wrote. This is from the category of original oratory, where the student writes a speech that is in the first space of tone. Brittany?
Jack Handy from Saturday Night Live once said, "Dad always thought laughter was the best medicine," which I guess is why several of us died of tuberculosis. So maybe laughter is not the cure-all many people seem to think it is. But it is lots of fun and it does have many benefits. As today's society changes and demands more of the people, our stress levels have increased, causing more health problems. People need to laugh more to benefit their health and well-being, as well as the people in society around them. In order to laugh our way through this problem, we must first define stress. From there, we will giggle through the causes of stress, and finally see how laughter can benefit in solving this problem. According to the Holistic Stress Control Institute, stress is how our body reacts to change. These changes can come from feelings, situations, people, or society. Whether it is the rising of gas prices, schoolwork, a breakup, or a major speech tournament, all situations cause some form of stress. The New York American Institute of Stress says that the workplace costs $300 billion each year in healthcare, missed work, and stress reduction. Stephen L. Sauter, chief of the Organizational Science and Human Factors branch of the National Organization for Occupational Safety and Health, says that workers who report they are stressed incur healthcare costs that are 46% higher, or an average of $600 more per person than other employees. Most of the workers say the reason they are stressed is because there are simply not enough people to get the job done. Now, let's face it, everyday life can be stressful. If you take on too much, chances are stress will take over. Dr. Darcy Linus, PhD, states that violence, school, relationships, disabilities, or scheduling can be major causes of stress. According to the 2007 American Association study, over 75% of Americans claim that money and work are the leading causes of stress in their life. Over 8% of Americans connect stress to divorce or separation. So, can a laugh a day keep the stress away? Maybe. Laughter, along with an active sense of humor, may help you against a stress-induced heart attack, according to the study done in Baltimore, Maryland, by cardiologists at the University of Maryland Medical Center. This study, which is the first to indicate that laughter may help prevent heart disease, found that people with heart disease were 40% less likely to laugh in a variety of situations compared to those without heart disease. The ability to laugh, either naturally or as a learned behavior, may have important implications in a society such as the United States, where heart disease remains our #1 killer. Dr. Michael Miller, director of the Center for Preventive Cardiology at the University of Maryland Medical Center, and associate professor at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, says, "We know that exercising, not smoking, and eating foods low in saturated fat will reduce the risk of heart disease. Perhaps regular hearty laughter should be added to the list. Medical research has discovered remarkable impacts on our hormonal levels in response to laughter. Laughter has been known to shut down stress hormones, such as cortisol, dopamine, adrenaline, and the growth hormone, keeping them at lower, healthier levels. Such hormones are released when we are tense, working hard, worried, or afraid. In our modern business culture, however, all of these stress hormones are released, but no exercise follows, and our bodies suffer. Consequently, says Dr. Patrick Dixon, MA and MBBS, we develop stomach ulcers, our arteries clog up, we become irritable, and develop many other symptoms, all because our bodies are pumping out stress hormones that we don't need. All of this can be reduced with a little bit of laughter in our lives. Donald Trump recognizes the importance of humor in his business. At the beginning of a speech, he said, "I wish I could have done this yesterday, because yesterday was a good hair day." And, well, you missed it. Dr. James Walsh, in his book Laughter and Health, describes laughter as a massaging of all the organs in the body. He describes laughter physiologically as an aerobic experience, an internal stationary jogging. Cumulative laughter throughout the day, states Dr. W. Fraga from the Journal of American Medical Association, may be significantly greater than that of an average marathon. He also stated at the 4th International Conference on Humor in Israel that laughter improved alertness, learning, memory, and had a measurable impact on reducing high blood pressure and relieving stress. The question here today is, how can we add more humor to our lives without racking up the bills? Simple. According to Dr. Elizabeth Scott, MS, you can raise your laughter level with the following 3 strategies. 1, TV and movies. There's no shortage of comedies out there, both at the theater and in the aisles of the video store, as well as right on your TV. While watching something marginally funny may actually frustrate you, watching something truly hilarious is an easy way to get laughter into your life whenever you need it. Commercials are a good way to get a laugh. Jessica Simpson on her commercial for Pizza Hut boneless buffalo wings actually asked, "Do buffaloes have wings? I've never seen them." During an interview to become a spokesperson for an anti-smoking campaign, Brooke Shields said, "Smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life." Find humor in your life. Instead of complaining about life's frustrations, try to laugh about them. If something is so frustrating or depressing it's ridiculous, realize you could look back on it and laugh. Think of how it's not as a story you could tell your friends. Approach life in a more mirthful way, and you'll find you are less stressed about negative events, and you will achieve the health benefits of laughter. When frustrated with the recent rise of gas prices, we look to Larry the Cable Guy, who said, "My brother is an idiot. He sold his truck for gas money." He's not the only one joking about it. On August 23rd, Jay Leno stated on his show that the gas station near his house accepted Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, and American Express. After he filled his tank, they took his Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, and American Express. And finally, fake it until you make it. Just as studies show the positive effects of smiling occur whether the smile is fake or real, fake laughter also achieves the benefits mentioned. So smile more in fake laughter. The fake merriment may lead to real smiles and laughter. The Yiddish proverb states, "What soap is to the body, laughter is to the soul." Alan Alda said that when people are laughing, they're generally not killing each other. Laughing is not only fun, but it helps keep us healthy. It may not be a cure-all, but the effects of it could lead to a less stressful and happier life. So laugh once in a while. Laughter has become my new happy drug.
Thank you, Brittany. That was very nice. No, she's right. Laughing is really good for us. We all need to laugh more. Hey, how about everybody laughs here really quick? Let's just have everybody laugh. Mrs. Christensen, I told you they're going to laugh at me. Anyway, we are required to provide judges for meets each year. And this year we've been blessed to have Jan Mason, Jessica Mason, Danny Toft, and Sandy Carlson be volunteer judges for our team. So we'd like to thank them, and if we could all give them a round of applause.
Our next performer is Jordan Christensen. He is a senior this year and is performing in humorous and dual interpretation. Jordan will now do his humor piece entitled Not Ready.
Chicky, yeah, I am McLovin. Ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Turn and push. Turn and oh. Like, she's not ready yet. Albert Einstein once said, when courting a nice girl, 1 hour seems like a second. When sitting on a red hot cinder, 1 second seems like an hour. It's relativity. The young man in this story is about to find out why meeting a nice girl's relatives is like sitting on a red hot cinder. Not ready, like Kelly Meadows. Okay, frankly, I'd rather go in the car with the air off and the windows rolled up than have to sit on the couch with someone else's family. I mean, at least there's a chance she'll survive in the car. Now, her brother... I had this mix of that and like it.
So, you actually want to go on a date with my sister?
Yes. The what? Kirkham, don't talk that way about your sister. Well, bam!
Well, yeah! So what?
Kirkham, don't talk that way about your sister. Look at it! Come to think of it, why do you want to date my daughter?
Yeah, tell us, since he's so gross.
We have a lot in common. We both like history.
You're a geek. Boys don't like history. Last time she made her date wait for over now, so you're gonna be sitting on this couch forever and ever. I'll be down in just a few minutes.
Right. I know what a few minutes means to a girl like that. It's like at the airport when the lady at the counter says,
We're just going to be a few minutes late.
then an hour later she says,
We're just going to be a few minutes late.
only an airport lady and a teenage girl can turn a few minutes into 6 hours.
Yeah, she's probably putting on that super red sticky wear. And then she's going to kiss you. And you're wearing it too.
Kirkham, don't talk that way about your sister. Well, bam!
Cheesy. Well, yeah, there's nothing else to talk about.
So, what are you taking in school?
Volleyball.
Volleyball? I don't know why I said volleyball. I think it's because I was afraid of Kirkham.
Only girls play volleyball.
Do you want to be in volleyball?
Yeah!
Hey, are you putting it on, son?
Like, Sarah's, calm down. They're just kids.
Is that how he's going to treat our daughter? If you can't treat our family respectfully, you have no business taking our daughter out on a date.
Like, Sarah's, stop it.
That's it. I want you out of this house. I don't trust you with our son, and I sure as hell don't trust you with our daughter.
Dad, stop it. No wonder I don't ever get to go on any dates. You keep my bottom and beat on the deck. Now, you just stop it. You just stop it right now. Wow. This has lost it.
I think I'm just going to go wait in the car. A polite young gentleman comes up to the door to meet his date. Well, I came to the door already, but finding my date was just about as remote as being elected president of Outer Mongolia. Mom came back in, this time arduously engrossed in the directions on the back of the macaroni and cheese box.
Butter, sugar, pepper. going out. Like nonsense. Kids your age need like a nice home-cooked meal or something. At least, that's what I read in the magazine. I think. We need a nice home-cooked meal out. I will make this for her out. I promise. You're like staying here, and that is like final.
Shelly, you can stop getting ready. He's gonna have dinner at Thoughts.
Well, if nothing else, I got her ready in a hurry. She came bolting down the stairs like a roll of toilet paper unraveling after a very hard yank. Girlfriend, we are not eating here. He came here to take me out, and we are going out, and you can't stop me. Someone should have stopped her. Since about this time, she tripped on the steps on her way down and hit her head on a banister. Her mom called 911. After calling 411 to get the number. And as I stood there watching this giant purple bruise form on the top of her head, suddenly I realized I couldn't tell the difference between the pretty girl I was supposed to take out on a date and the girl I sat next to in history class.
Thanks, McLovin. I mean, Jordan. We would like to take this time to thank our families for their support they give us as individuals and as a speech team. All the rides and early wake-up calls, well, I guess 5 o'clock can be early. Money for food, making bars, working concessions, and all the encouragement and love you give us means a great deal. We would like a special recognition to go out to Chris Teagues, Mac and Allie's mom, who has helped organize our fundraising concession stands this year. Thanks, Chris.
Next, we have a senior, Ashley Weedman. She will be performing a poem for you that is serious in nature. Ashley?
I have worried all over the world. It comes to me easily, formed slowly through childhood, like stalactites in a cave. My mother says I learned it from her. How to panic. She was 13, oldest of 5 when her father left. My grandmother worried to keep food on the table. She would board the bus every week to buy dried goods, children's clothes, and socks, just to sell in her corner store. And in Russia, when my father was a baby, his mother carried him and 2 brothers to the border. My father crying. They were hiding in the forest undergrowth. They heard boots bite through the crusted snow. What must have gone through their minds when they heard the steps hesitate before turning back? In the previous poem entitled Worry by Ellen Bass, she recognizes herself as a worrier and examines some traumatic experiences from her family's past that justifiably can cause her to worry. In the next poem entitled Insomnia, Miss Bass defines how common insomnia is and explores some reasons like worry that can halt people from getting rest. Insomnia by Ellen Bass. All over the world, people can't sleep. In different time zones, they're lying awake, bodies still, minds trudging along like child laborers. They worry about the bills. They worry whether the shoes they just bought are actually too small. One's husband died. Her son left for college, and she doesn't know how to program the VCR. Another was beaten by her husband. One is planning to get away, and one is holding stolen goods. One is on a couch in ICU. His daughter, it turns out, actually does have a brain tumor. Even though the doctor said they'd do the MRI just to rule it out. The woman on the other couch is snoring, which is strangely soothing, evidence that people do sleep. They're laying on Christmas sheets, in hammocks, in jail, under bridges. One is at the North Pole, studying the impact of pollution. A man in Massachusetts thinks about a lover he once had in Dar es Salaam, and the jasmine blossom she strung along a silver shell that she pinned tightly in her hair. Coincidentally, the lover, now in Rome, remembers looking out the window at a man in a lawn chair reading, and she thought for perhaps the first time in her life, she wasn't lonely. Some get up, others stay in bed. They eat Oreos or drink wine, or both. Many read. A few make intricate Halloween costumes. A peacock with 8 real feathers in the tail. Then they check their email, try sleep tapes, hypnosis, drugs, and listen to their clocks tick, smartly like a woman in high heels. Some are cold, some are hot, some hungry, some in pain, and some crying. One, the cat woke up, and she notices the rash from earlier in the evening, and wonders if her daughter, who is afraid to swim, should really be pushed. Right now in Japan, dawn is coming, and those who have been up all night can stop worrying. They can stop pretending. But in Guatemala, the insomniacs are just getting started, and they have the whole night ahead of them. It's like a wave at a baseball stadium, hands around the world. So here's a prayer for the wakeful, the souls who cannot rest. As you lie with eyes open or closed, may something comfort you. A mockingbird, a breeze, the smell of crushed mints, Chopin's nocturnes, your child's birth, a kiss, or even me in my chilly kitchen with my coat over my nightgown, thinking of you.
Thank you, Ashley. You know, I once wrote a serious poem once. It goes like this. A long time ago, I asked a girl to date me, and she said no. Anyway, as a speech team, we are very fortunate to have a community that supports fine arts. We would like to take a moment to thank our administrators, our teachers, and our school board members, who have done very well at letting us go to meets that fit us best, and who have been great at being flexible with scheduling and homework.
Speaking next is Ben Van Moore. Ben is also a senior and is competing in this category of storytelling. Storytelling is a draw category where the student draws a story from a collection of 15, then has 30 minutes to prepare to tell it. Please welcome Ben Van Moore.
Okay, before I begin, I have to thank somebody. She's not here, but they're recording, and I'd get grounded if I didn't thank her. My mother actually bought the storytelling books, which had all of our stories in it, and so I had to thank her. She told me I had to. So Thanks, Mom. My uncle once convinced me that sticking up your middle finger meant I loved you in sign language. So I quickly ran up to my sister and showed her just how much I loved her, only to realize what it actually meant. I learned that day that you shouldn't always believe what you're told. As in the story, The Donkey Driver and the Thief, taken from the book Best Loved Folk Tales of the World, edited by Joanna Cole. There once was a young donkey driver walking alongside the road.
Oh, come on, Donkey. We're going to be so late.
Oh, don't give me that attitude. You are coming with me, mister. Come on, Mother's going to kill me. We better get going now. Along that road were two thieves walking along the same path. Dog, look at him. Look at how ridiculous he looks carrying that donkey. Yeah, he looks so stupid. Yes, he's the stupid one, I know. You know, I'm bored. Oh, me too. Oh, look, a bird. Hi, birdie. Oh, birds are cute. Right, birds, yes. What can we do? I don't know. Oh, I got it. We can steal the donkey. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! I have a statement! Okay? Yeah. What's your statement? Got it. It is broad daylight out here. How are we going to steal that donkey if it's broad daylight? That donkey broad daylight, how are we going to do it? I don't know. But I will think of something. And so the thief thought and thought and thought some more. He thought until a brilliant idea came to his head. Oh, I got it. Look at how tired he looks. Oh, yeah, he looks so tired. I bet he could fall asleep right there, standing up right now. And that's what happened. The young donkey driver fell asleep right there, right now, standing up. I'm good at this game. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I will go up behind the donkey driver, take the harness off the donkey, and you will take the donkey into that forest. Well, what about that forest? Okay, take it into that forest. Well, what about that forest? I don't care, take it into a forest, okay? Oh, okay, I'm going to take it into that one, because they've got pretty flowers. Fine, take it into that one with the pretty flowers. I do not care. Okay, you ready? Let's go. The two thieves walked up behind the young donkey driver, took the harness off, and removed the donkey. The one put the harness on himself, and was ready to go. Good. Take a which forest. Hee-haw. Oh, come on, Tucker, you're going to be so late. Let's go. Oh, what is the rush? Your mother's not going to kill you. Come on, Donkey, we're going to be late. Mother is going to kill us. Didn't you just hear me? I said your mother is not going to kill you, man. Calm down. You're not my donkey. No. Well, technically, I am your donkey. No, you're not. Well, yes, I am. You see, 10 years ago, my mother turned me into a donkey. My own mother. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, don't worry. Every time you beat me, it was just better and better. I am so sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. Every kick in the butt, 100 times better. You know what? To make it up to you, I'm going to give you just like all my money. Oh, thanks. You see, now I'll go give this money to the poor, because that's who I am. I am a good Samaritan now. Oh, go guy. Okay, thank you. You've been a wonderful owner. The thief walked away with the money in one hand and the donkey in the other. Oh, gosh. Nice guy. Oh, crap. I don't have a donkey. Now I'm just a driver. Not really a donkey driver. Yeah, just a driver. I'm gonna go get a donkey. So this one little boy walked into the nearest donkey market and found all the donkeys everywhere. Wow. Donkeys everywhere. Not you, you're kind of pretty and all, but you're not masculine enough for me. Not even sure you're a donkey. Wait a minute, that's my breath. Oh! Of course. Good Samaritan, give my money to the poor. You're a donkey again. Oh, snap. How are you going to do that? You're a donkey. You're not even a good Samaritan for one day, and you're back as a donkey. Way to go. Oh, don't give me that attitude. I mean, honestly, I'm sick and tired of it. Fine. Now I'm just going to go and not even buy you. That'll teach you a lesson. That's right. That's right. So from this story and from my uncle, I learned that I shouldn't believe everything I am told.
Thanks, Ben. You know, I'm showing how much I love you, but I might get in trouble. Please help us recognize our coaches this year. Mr. Rob Harrington, Mrs. Edwards, Mrs. Christensen, and the best volunteer round, Mrs. Harrington. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are down to our last speaker, Rachel Staub. She's been in speech since 6th grade, and she will be performing a prose piece for you. Rachel?
War became a possibility in my house on the same day it did in many other homes in America. September 11, 2001. My home became the front line as I witnessed my husband's alert, activation, train up, and deployment. Now, I was not only a witness to these events, but I lived them. And although my duties were much different than my husband's, I too was waging a battle. A tragedy can strike any one of us at any time. These events are personal battles that often test our character, our faith, and our strength. We're given the choice to either crumble under the weight of our grief or overcome our pain and grow. Here is the story of one woman's tragedy, personal battle, and her choice to either crumble or overcome. The Blending of Our Rings by Teresa Timmerman. As harsh as it may sound, the 4 months between Jason's deployment and his death were almost as difficult as the 4 months following his death. These months were filled with bad nightmares and unsettled sleep. For me, that was totally out of character. Once, while dating, Jason called my apartment in the middle of the night just to see if I was okay. Completely confused about what he was referring to, I was a bit ticked off that he'd woken me. As it turned out, the tornado alarms were sounding. And he was just checking in to see if I was okay. Clearly, I was, as I just slept right through the alarms. This was not the case after Jason left. There were conversations to sensationalized media reports. In fact, the conversations with Jason during those 4 months were much like the media reports. They just didn't have the personal feel of a young couple in love. There was no room for that in the military world. As part of our separation, the Army made it very clear that all conversations are to be positive and upbeat for the soldiers. There was just no room. There was just no room to tell Jason about the nightmares or the long Sunday afternoons or the couples events I went alone to. It was slowly killing my spirit. To live a life of half-truths, especially with someone I love. It's a difficult feeling. Feeling of loving someone so much, and yet feeling so far apart at the same time. I had been looking forward to President's Day weekend for some time, as the 3-day weekend meant that I had time to go back to Canada, see my family on the farm. Now, I was all set to go, and my quick trip through the house showed that I had messages on my answering machine. Most of them were unimportant, except the last one. It was a message from Jason's younger brother, Travis, and he just said he'd try back later. I knew that he was calling from Iraq. And I also knew that he'd never called before. At this point, I knew something strange was going on. It did not even seem like 2 minutes had passed before the military man arrived at my door and officially delivered the news. All the Army official told me was that Jason was killed in an explosion on February 21st, 2005 in Baghdad. And he was gone. At first, I just stood by the closed casket. I knew that I was glad to be doing this viewing, because Jason's spirit was no longer there. The body before me was just that, an empty body. Tim gave me Jason's wedding ring, as I decided I'd like to keep that. I really wanted to create a unique ring that incorporated both the metal and the stones from both of our wedding bands. This new ring would symbolize a new stage in my life, while at the same time honoring the fact that my life would forever be mixed with Jason's. The jeweler warned me that the ring would have imperfections. I just smiled. After all, anytime two people come together, there are imperfections. It doesn't make the union any less beautiful. I now have a ring that I am proud to wear. to share my life with Jason, even if it was just for a short time. Although Jason's death was a true test for me, I feel like a stronger person for it. And I'm reminded of that fact each time I slip off my ring.
Thank you, Rachel, and all the speakers tonight.
We hope everyone enjoyed the time you spent at the 2008 Speech Spectacular. That is it, and we still have cookies and punch, so try to get some of those on your way out.